And we're back. You're listening to the Eric Holtzclaw Show, and we're going to talk today for Money Marketing Monday with Give 360 about listing your home, specifically as we sort of get into the holiday season. I have Jere Metcalf and Valerie Simmons, both with Atlanta Fine Homes Sotheby's International.
Realty.
It's
6 words.
You just know
if
just
I say Atlanta Fine Homes, we won't tell.
If I say not all of them, then everybody will remember, because that's my excuse. Like when I screw it up, I'm like, people will remember more because we screwed it up over and over again.
I like it better when you just say Sotheby's, because then we can hear all your fancy pronunciations.
You showed me the picture. I think I have it in my head now. So that was a good way to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that out on some social. I'm gonna tag you in social media, Eric. Remember, this is it.
Yeah, that would be good. And Isaac will cut video of me, saying it
perfect. Let's do it. I love it.
Over and over again. There may be several of those videos in the works. So as we were talking about, we're coming up. Almost Halloween's around the corner. I was at Home Depot, and they've got all the Christmas, and Target, all the Christmas stuff out. Just disappointing.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, as a real estate agent, and there's an article I pulled from Dave Ramsey, who talks about the 3 advantages of selling your home during the holidays. And
Are you kidding me? He stole my topic.
Well,
man,
his is probably different.
I hope so, because that's a topic for me. I have stories about this. So go ahead.
Well, I'm curious because it seems like I just went through the process. We're settling into a house, which has taken us
a long time,
forever.
Mm-hmm.
So the holidays would be a time that I might not think about listing my house. Talk me into it.
Well, you're kind of scary, Eric. I was talking to somebody else. So first of all, people ask, a common question to real estate agents is, what's the best time to sell your house? And my answer is, in general, when you're ready. Because one of the important things about being ready to sell your house is being motivated and willing to do what it takes to get it ready and make it pretty and list it. There are some advantages to listing your house in the holidays. And the advantage is the same thing. The analogy I always give is when you get up and first of all, let me pause on that. Most realtors, when you ask them, when should I list my house, they'll say in the spring. They'll say, take your house off the market now and wait until spring to list it, because most houses sell in the spring. Well, it's all relative. Most houses sell in the spring, but relative to how many houses are on the market.
Right.
So if your house is on the market in the fall, and I have a really great story behind this that really expresses how much impact this can make. This is if you're ready. If you're not feeling it and you're not ready to sell your house, you're going to get frustrated. You're not going to have the house show ready. It's not going to go well. But if you're ready to sell your house, it's a great time, because it is people are pulling their house off the market, and people are like, okay, the market's slow. It's Christmas, Thanksgiving. Nobody wants to buy a house right now. Let's take our house off the market.
I'm about to travel, and I'm going to have.
I'm about to travel. Which traveling when my clients are gone, I love to show their houses.
So it's an advantage,
right? It's an advantage for everybody, but people sometimes do have that mindset. But also, if there's less competition, you've got a better shot at selling.
Got it.
And in the winter, there are fewer buyers looking, but they're a lot more serious about looking if they're looking in the holiday season as opposed to if they're not looking in the holiday season.
Yeah.
So if you're ready to sell and want to sell, the holiday season is a great time to put your house on the market. And I'm going to give just a little story to really express it. I had a client, this was in 2009. She called me up. She's dying to sell her house. And she had a house in Linwood Park. And Linwood Park is kind of a transitional. It's getting nicer all the time. At the time, there were some homes. 7 of them had just sold. They were homes that were supposed to be a value of $1.5 to $2 million. 7 of them had just sold to a investor for about $500 a piece in a package.
$500,000.
And she was less than a block away.
Wow.
$500,000 per house.
Wow.
At least per house. But they were showing up even in MLS and in tax records as comparable houses that sold for $500,000. And she wanted $850,000 for hers. And I said, we could probably get $750. So do yourself a favor and don't go on the market. And that's where in our business, remember, it's about helping them, not just getting the listing. But that's a couple of topics ago. So anyway, So in the meantime, I had some similar homes for around $800,000, 3-car garage, walkout backyard, very similar to what she had. And they were all of a sudden I was getting multiple offers. So I look at statistics and I said, you know what? I noticed inventory significantly dropped. For average sales price, it just jumped up 20% in literally just a few months. And this was going into 2010. The mindset of everyone, though, was that we're still in a recession. Well, we weren't, at least not for her house. I called her up. It'd been 4, 5, maybe 6 months. And I said, are you still thinking about selling your house? She said, yes. I said, if you want to do it, I know it's November and you're going to call me crazy, but you need to put your house on the market now. If you put your house on the market now, it's going to be the best shot you have of selling it because we're in transition and nobody sees it yet. She put her house in the market. And then they decided they wanted $950,000, which in our business is not uncommon. I'll tell you on Mentor Monday, which really I lost some sleep over that one. End of the story is because of the state of the market, whatever month it was, which at that time by the time we got on the market, it was December, we went under contract for $915,000 on a $950,000 listing because the inventory was down. And because people were literally, it hasn't sold, the market's down, I just want to enjoy my holiday, I'm taking my house off the market. I mean, and I had people calling me, asking me, and I was telling them it's a good time. Nah, took it off. And this client put her house on the market. We sold in 3 weeks for almost full price for more than I thought the house could have sold for because the market was so good and the inventory was so low because it was the holidays.
Well, and that whole transitional thinking about that, like we sold ours during the end of the school year, and then we ended up in the market during a time when most people weren't. Right, so there is someone looking for a house, and I could think
there's always somebody looking for a house.
Beginning of the year could be when somebody's starting a new job, something like that too.
I mean, here's the thing: I can give you an argument to list your house any time of the year.
Yeah.
The beginning of the year, it's New Year, a New Year resolution. People are ready for a fresh start. You'll get as an agent, we get a lot more calls on listings, but they're not always serious. They're not necessarily. Any time is a good time if you want to sell your house. Is the moral of the story. And if you're ready now, if you're ready in the holidays are a terrible excuse to not put your house on the market, and they're a good reason to put your house on the market.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's good advice, good feedback. And so then it's about really making sure that you can get what you want during that period of time.
Exactly.
It's more about that and less about specifically listing it.
Wait, say that. Wait, say that again.
So listing it is a factor of the market. So if I want to get a certain amount, I may want to wait to a certain time or whatever, so there's less competition, those kind of things. So I could sell it. I might not get as much if I put it in at the same time as everybody else puts it on the market. Right.
You may not.
Yeah.
And really, here's the thing: in real estate, every house is different.
Yeah.
It's not like a retail store where we've got 5 blue shirts. I mean, we've got every house is different, every buyer's different, everybody's schedule's different. So there's so many varying factors all the time. The best thing that we know is what's going on right now, as opposed to I can tell you what might be going on in 2 months. Usually I'm right, but I could be wrong. So,
I have some stock market questions for you.
No, don't ask me about that. Don't ask me about the stock market. Don't know. I'm never right about that.
Election? No. We're talking about election.
No, not that either. Not that either. But where was I? I actually had something else to say about about listing your house. And the value is, a lot of people will ask a real estate agent, how much is my house worth? Something to keep in mind to anybody who wants to know how much their house is worth and what a real estate agent says. There's a few things. The only person who prices your house, first of all, keep in mind, is the buyer. That's it. When an agent prices your house, they're pricing it based on information and experience in their market right now. The market can change in a month from now. Things happen that affect what your house will probably sell for from right now.
Yeah.
So when you're ready to sell your house, you can get a general idea of, okay, this is about what it's worth. But before you list your house, make sure you reassess like the day or the week of what you really need to list the price, because things may have happened this week or last week that you can most effectively price it.
So don't base it on that old evaluation from a year ago.
No, because don't do that.
Okay. Good advice. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining me today for Mentor Monday. So we've been talking today with Jere Metcalf and Valerie Simmons. They're with Atlanta Fine Homes, Sotheby's International Realty.
I'm so shocked I can't. Yeah.
Okay, I was.
Thank
Well,
you.
you
I
didn't
was
say
like,
anything, so I
Wow.
assumed I did it wrong.
We're speechless.
Wrong way.
You did it right. You
If
left
you
us
missed
speechless.
any of today's show, you can hear it on demand when you have time by going to my website, ericholtzclaw.com, and clicking on listen. You can also watch behind the scenes either on the Facebook page, Eric B. Holtzclaw, or we'll also put that up on my site later under watch. And you can also go to biz1190.com/Eric Holtzclaw for all the details, show notes, and everything we talked about on today's show. Now, go list your home with Jere Metcalf
Yay!
and build your best business.
That's right.
Two-step, 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 two-step.